And then will you talk to the freshmen that were, committed to Kentucky with you before they came and followed you? Like what the emotions will be like for them?
Well, Billy and Carter, um, we'll have a conversation. Boogie obviously won't be playing in the game, but yeah, it's all I can keep saying. I come back to my memories and my fond memories and the experience there. I cherish, will always cherish what we did there. What we the UMass, the Memphis, the Kentucky. Let's do that here. Let's get this and let's start some new memories. Um, but the slow start in the league, in this league, which is non-forget. I mean, and everybody now you're seeing is you're getting dinged. It's what it is. This league is going to be one of those leagues at the end of the year. Um, going to have a lot of teams in the NCAA tournament. We just got to fight to get back on that side.
Obviously, Brad spent a lot of his life in Lexington, played for you there. Now he's on staff here. What do you imagine this is like for him going back there?
He and Tyler Eulis, the same. I mean, Tyler's memories and Brad's memories of their time there, they cherish them. We do. I mean, it's a special place, just like Arkansas. This is a special place. Um, so they're going to go in. I think they're a little bit different than DJZ, who were there last year, and Adu. But so it should be for all of us. It's there's no I'm mad at no. I had a great run. And now they're good. And again, there have been 5 different coaches that have won national titles at Kentucky. We've had 2 here, and I would be a third, but I did it at Kentucky. That means the bones of that program are always going to be there. It's there. And I took over. There was a struggle, so I took over a program, but the bones were there. And so I would say the same here. What Coach Sutton did here, what Coach Richardson did here, that's whose shoulders you stand on here.
Coach, back when Kentucky was struggling, you came in, you were able to get them going again. You spoke about going back and seeing a lot of people who you feel so closely to. When you expect the fan base to be, I know fans tend to, cheer a little bit, but wouldn't they be enthusiastic about your return in your own mind?
I don't expect that. And if it happened, I'd be like, wow, but I'm not expecting it. And not because of anything other than I'm the opposing coach now. I mean, again, they all remember what went on and where it started and how we got it going in that span of time that, it could be matched, but you're going to have to really do some stuff. And I'm not just talking to Kentucky, I'm talking anywhere. And so, yeah, it's however that is, believe me, my focus is going to be on my team to give us the best chance to be able to play that game, compete at a high level, and be there at the end where you have a chance.
And then just on that note, you mentioned trying a couple different things in practice. Maybe what's 1 or 2 things you feel comfortable saying you think
Well, we
you could
worked
do
on
differently?
we worked on some pressing stuff. We worked on a 1-3-1 zone. We worked on a box and one. We've done different things.
You talked about your front court earlier. Jonas only played 9 minutes this last game, and you mentioned after that you wanted somebody in to rim protect. You also mentioned the fact that he's only about 90% less. But even if he is only 90%, what are the things that he needs to do better between last game against Oklahoma and this game against Kentucky to increase those minutes?
2 days ago in practice, he was really good. And yesterday he was okay. So here's what I would say. Sprint that floor. Fly up and down. Don't be behind the action. Go after blocked. Go block a shot. You're capable of doing that. Go get blocks. And now give us some offensive rebounding. Go get that. We'll throw you the ball some. We're going to put you in high splits where you're a passer. You can do all that. I'm telling them, let's take twos right now. Make some free throws, make some twos, and then maybe step back for a three. So, but he knows. He and I have talked about it. I've coached a lot of really good guys, great kids, great people. He's one of them. One of the nicest. It's even hard to get mad at him because he's the nicest person that you'll ever be around.
The other thing I wanted to ask you about, you mentioned on your show Monday about contacting former kids. And the reason you did that was to make sure that they got all their paperwork filed so they could get their NIL money. Then we bring up earlier today rising ticket prices, things like that. For the fans that might be worried about getting priced out, what needs to be done? What needs to get NIL under control so we're not in a situation where fans who've been coming to games forever and ever finally just say to heck with it and stay at home?
First of all, again, this is what I've been told, that Hunter's making sure that if you have a ticket, you will have seats in this building. That's done. The NIL, we'd have to have a long conversation of where that goes and what it does. And again, I'll be honest, I'm so focused on this team right now. The only reason I spent time, I knew there was a deadline Friday. So 95% of the players that I hit me back. And that was about 30 of them. That, yes, I'm in. Thanks for reminding me. Hope you're well. Nothing that a couple W's won't cure was my text back. But it's, yeah, I'm, you know, my background. So, you know, where my mind and heart is. And painful to go through this, though.
Coach, you've mentioned the past couple of games about hunting free throws, last 3 games, really, and there's been some discrepancies in, Missouri, not many, and then Georgia a lot. Is anything changing in terms of y'all's play and getting to the line, or is it just a different whistle?
You'd have to watch it, and that's what reporters do. They've changed in what we've done, or they're not. They're playing the same way. They're just not getting to the line as much. That would be you guys. The whole thing for me, folks, whatever you call at this end, just do the same. And then I don't say anything. You can't call a foul on a shooter and they do the little arm touch and hip and that, and you don't call any of them. You can't do that. Okay, my guy did foul. Just call it down this end now. They call a reach in foul on my guy. My comment will be, all right, now we're watching down this end. Now they don't call it 3 times down there. Then I'm a little more aggressive because all I want is whatever you're doing here, do down there. How about this? I've had some guys that it was a poorly officiated game, but I wouldn't say anything. You know why? It was poorly officiated on both ends. Both ends. So, okay, then you can deal with it.
I haven't watched the video, but I've just been notified Coach Pitino sent a message to the Kentucky faithful 10 minutes ago asking them not to boo you. Thoughts on that from Coach Pitino?
That's nice of him to do, but, it's look, those fans are so engaged. Like these fans. Those fans travel. If you're doing well, they're crazy. If they're doing poorly, they're just as engaged. So I was there 15 years. I love the fans there. But they're engaged.
You've coached a lot of really good players over the years, numerous draft picks. I'm curious, when you have a guy like Adu who's stuck with you for 3 years and evolved the way he has, is there a certain level of gratification when you see a guy develop from where he started to where he is now?
You love every player you coach. At least I do. Some you love a little bit more. I coached his dad. He'd been coming to my camp since he was in 7th or 8th grade. So I've seen him, okay? He and I had a heart-to-heart the other day about some of the things he's got to start changing and doing. And I said, I'm saying this because you have a chance of being one of the best. Well, then be that. And it was just these three things. You can do these. And then he's coming out and practicing. He's trying. I mean, he's come so far. Now you got to finish it off. And it's not just about how you're playing how you're playing with us. All that stuff matters. And but he's getting better. And he's another one, he's a good guy. He's always wanted to be, when he was 5'8" and 5'9", I'm going to play for you. Okay. And then he got to 6'3". Okay. And then all of a sudden he's 6'5", 6'6", and then he's now 6'8". So yeah, it's like I tell these guys, sometimes I hurt for them because I want them to play well for themselves too. And you hurt for them. You're not mad. They don't disappoint me. Why can I say this team doesn't disappoint me? Every game we played, what? They fought. They played hard. So you're not going to disappoint me. You're not making shots. You're not a robot. It's not a computer game. That happens. But do you continue to play hard? We have to be a little better execution team, and that's what we've been working on. I would tell you we're creating pretty good shots for each other. And at some point, they're going to drop. Please.
You're able to say what three things you told Adu needs to.
Nah, that's between him and I. Is that good? Thanks, folks.